Hello, my name is Martin Vasquez, and I'm gonna be talking about technological advances over the last decade. There have been significant technological developments during the 2010s decade, yet many of these developments became so quickly involved in our daily lives that they often went unnoticed, and their impact was underestimated. In this piece, we will review some of the technological advancements over the last decade. First, we will talk about the mobile upgrade from 3G to 4G networks. At the beginning of the decade, the 3G networks introduces a new age of calling, texting, and internet connectivity for mobile devices. However, while the 4G came by, it offered a 10 times faster speed than the 3G networks, increasing download speeds from 1.5 megabit to a 15 megabit seconds. This will mean that a movie that waited about 800 megabits will took about 5 hours to download. Nowadays, with the 4G networks, it will only take about 43 seconds. Also, in the decade, we have seen an incredible advance of the electric vehicles. They became competitive with internal combustion engines vehicles. Electric vehicles started to pose a threat to combustion engines vehicles, especially within the luxury segment. As technological improvements helped performance and reduced battery cost, opened the potential market. Bloomberg estimates that lithium battery prices fell by approximately 90% over the course of the last decade. Traditionally, batteries represented over 50% of an electric vehicle total cost, but recent years have seen batteries fall closer to 3%, enabling electric vehicles to be sold at lower prices. Today, electric vehicles are close to reaching the same cost of internal combustion engine vehicles. Another big change was on the mobile phone sector. In 2010 was the year when Apple came out with the iPhone 4, the phone that had a 3.5-inch display, and not only Apple, but many other manufacturers were using similar sized displays in their phones. And now, 10 years later, almost all the mobile phones have display size of 6 inches or above. Many displays still uses the 60 Hz refresh rates, but many displays has started to implement higher refresh rates for smoother transitions. Many displays are shifting from 60 Hz refresh rate to a 90 or 120 Hz refresh rate, which provides a smoother transition and overall better viewing experience. Another big change of the decade was the battery size. Battery size was a big improvement. Since 10 years ago, a normal battery in the mobile phone will have around 1000 milliamperes to 1500 milliampere capacity. 10 years later, batteries in the mobile phones normally have 3000 milliamperes or above capacity. And looking back to the previous year, many of the mobile phones have crossed the 4000 milliampere capacity mark. Also, the Wi-Fi shifted from Wi-Fi 4 to Wi-Fi 6. In this decade, we also went from a single camera to a double, triple, and even quad camera setup. During the 2010, mobile phones came with only one camera. Some even came with no cameras at all. In the end of 2019, phones with dual, triple, or even quad cameras is common. This all started from the HTC Evo 3D, and now almost every phone manufacturers are coming out with mobiles featuring multiple camera sensors. We also shifted from plastic to a glass sandwich. In 2010, almost all the phones were made from plastic. Nokia was still known for its durability and made almost all its phones from plastic. This all changed when Apple came out with the phones made of metal. Now, in 2019, we see phones whose frame is made of metal, which is sandwiched between glass, giving it a premium feel and good aesthetics. And lastly, Bluetooth. In 2010 was the year when the tech industry started adopting the Bluetooth version 4 in their devices. And at the end of this decade, we have shifted from Bluetooth version 4 to Bluetooth version 5.1. In total, we have seen 5 Bluetooth versions during these decades. And this is a brief resume of all the technological advances that we have seen over the last decade. Some have been more notably than the others, but at the end, these all technological advances have in some way improved our lives.